Hello friends, Chef Jerrilynne here with RecipeKick, and today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite things to make real quick to elevate my salad game, and that is a vinaigrette in a jar. We're going to start with the oils. I tend to go with an olive oil. In my jar here I have some really good quality olive oil that I got in Italy. And I like to keep my portions about 1 part acid to 3 parts oil or the fat. If you're going to do something and you have a little more, you want a little more flavor in it, you can use a flavored oil. So I do have a chili oil. I also have a roasted walnut oil. I have a recipe that I shared for Brussels sprouts at the holiday time. And there's walnuts in the salad, so I like using a walnut oil for that. But in general, I think an olive oil is perfection. The next thing is your acid. You can use a lemon juice for acid, but I really love to use different flavored vinegars, and I'll show you what I mean. So I have an aged sherry vinegar that is really good. This one, a friend of mine who is a chef gave this to me as a gift one time when she came to my house. I'm addicted. This is an orange blossom that is a fantastic vinegar to add a little brightness to your salads with, I would say, a little floral note is a good way to put it. Then this champagne vinegar is a great one because it's not as in your face as some other vinegars. It's a little milder than your traditional red wine vinegar. You think Italian salad or Greek salad dressing, you're thinking red wine vinegar. Then we also have the classic balsamic vinegar, which balsamic vinaigrettes are always a favorite. And then probably if you want to start out with something, a good white wine vinegar is a good way to go. And then you want to include aromatics. So you can do garlic. I like to do a shallot, which tends to be more of a traditional French way of making a vinaigrette. And then you can add little things in there if you want to make it maybe a little sweeter. You can use some honey, agave, or I also have some maple syrup. Then you also can add some fresh or dried herbs. I really love using dried oregano in, like, if I'm doing an Italian or a Greek style salad dressing, or if you want to zip it up a little bit, you could add some red pepper flakes. And then I always like to add a mustard. The reason I like to add mustard is it adds some viscosity to it and makes it a little thicker. And it's also a great way to add flavor. So I have your typical Dijon mustard, but I also like using a tarragon mustard. This is really good to pour over, like, a salad that you're gonna have chicken in or something. It's got a little bit of tarragon flavor, and this is also really good on cheese and charcuterie board. Okay, so I have here my jar, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop up this shallot real quick, like, into a pretty fine dice. And you do not have to put this in there if you don't want to, but this is the thing that I like to give it a lot of flavor, is with a shallot. Like I said, you could use some garlic if you wanted. I might suggest that you either cut it very, very fine, or maybe use a grater, like a microplane. There you go. And I'm just gonna put this shallot in here. And then today I think I'm going to use, for my vinegar, I'm gonna go with the orange blossom. So I'm gonna put that orange blossom in here. And just remember, for your acid, you wanna have 1 part acid to 3 part oil. So you can just do like a 1-2 count, and then when you do your fat, or your olive oil, then you do like a 6 count to get it up there. So I have that. I'm gonna add in here some of my Dijon mustard. Just about a teaspoon. And then always fresh ground black pepper is a given for me. And then I have some of my kosher salt, just a teaspoon, or I'm sorry, not a teaspoon, a pinch. And then we're gonna add this oil here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's about 3 parts oil there to my 1 part of acid. And we're gonna shake this up and get that real blended. Now, if you don't want to have a jar, you want to do it with a whisk, that totally works. There you go. There's your salad dressing in a jar. I'm glad you got to join me today. Give it a try and let me know what combination you decided to try. Take care.